Okay, Coach, so the folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Let's go, Jack. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Topper.
Throwing on first down. Welch. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, Sam off.
Now Ito Smith. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Welsh. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
2nd and 4. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Welch. He completes it to Boyd. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
Ready? 10 logo.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Bring it. Bring it.
Shoot.
On 1st and 10, Welsh completes it to Lee. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Here we go. Set. 8. Read.
Off play action. Welch. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Rock it.
Operating from the gun. Welch. And the pressure gets to him again. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. The Bengals bring out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20.
Run.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Bang, 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 bang.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
Like when you're organized with your points. Well done.
A, B, and C.
On second down, it's Smith. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And it's third down.
Got it. Check right. Watch it go.
On 3rd and 2, Welch. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
On first down, Welsh nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. 2nd and 15. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Welch. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
He's checking. Crash. On twist.
Hey, alert.
54.
Now Chubb running right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Set. 180.
Check 56.
Run.
Joker.
One punch.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 23.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
On first down, they go with Dixon. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Shoot.
Regular.
Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Throwing. Mayfield. That's complete to Slayton. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
180.
Check 59.
Pistol.
Shoot.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
It's going to be a long day. 36. Slam.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Darius Slayton, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Now for the point after. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up the screen to Smith. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Welsh. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. The Bengals and Browns, this is one of our final few NFL 100 series games. And speaking of series, the 92nd meeting between these two teams. The Bengals holding the 50-41 all-time edge. Last year, the Browns won both games, one in November, then again on December 23rd. And both of these franchises founded by Coach Paul Brown, who, of course, the Browns are named after. But then he would later go downstate to help found the Bengals in May of 1967. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Welch. Finding Green complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Williams to return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check 43. Tight dog.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Point it right.
59 mark. Check, 59. Silver. Mike, 59.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's get in there now.
Check. Fresno.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
King.
Check tight. Switch.
Room here to run. It's a big play there for the Browns. So they dig a little deeper in the playbook there, get the wide receiver the ball, running it, and it proves fruitful.
Love the call. When you've got a guy who has running back skills, you want him to touch the ball as well, not just out wide where you throw it to him. Make sure you hand it to him or toss it to him and let him go to work.
Watch the safety creep.
Chubb on the counter. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
At the 16-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Run.
Whip. Watch the whip. He's coming. We got double up.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Hurry. You better bring it.
Watch twist.
Pistol.
Watch twist.
Hey, alert 33.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Extra point safely through, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script, I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On the carry. Here's Smith. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Three yards on that last run, so here is 2nd and 7 from the 28.
I'm coming up. I'm coming after you. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Here's Mayfield. It's wearing the tight end with it. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Check, 180. It's 59, Mike to 59.
You're not ready. Kill. Alert flare.
Third and short yardage. Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
I'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Watch the ship. Sponge. No.
A run for Nick Chubb. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Point it right. Alert.
Rush in.
They run it again with Chubb. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Set, 180.
Check. Walk 54.
Real.
Check the out. Share.
Pistol.
Check 50.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now with Smith. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Looking to throw. Welsh flushed out right. And Eifert has it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Shoot.
A first down carry for Smith. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Welch. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 at the 19. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. That's complete to Turner. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Smith trying to run for it, and he is going to lose yardage here. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Browns 14, Bengals 7.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33.
Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
Now Dixon. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Switch. Check.
Chubb. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
I got it. Slam.
They find some open field here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Oh, now back Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
On the ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
44, Mike, get it.
Off the play fake. Welsh. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off play action. Welch. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lee. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 30. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
They'll run on first down. It's turned. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And the Bengals on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. He may try and run for this. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. It's their quarterback with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game, as his guys are back within a single score. Gano the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Bengals 14. Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he's got room. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
They run. Chubb, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
A very important extra point there, up and good. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Regular.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Check safety. Hey, watch it.
Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They keep it with Smith on 1st down. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down now, it's Smith, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Set 90 Wolf.
Here we go again.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Set 180.
Check 56. Hey, defense, let's go. Alert 3.
25. Check 25. Check 25. King.
26, check 26. Q.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And an alley to run. A big play that time out of Chubb. 83 yards. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
So forget about any talk of possible safeties. Here's 1st and 10, clear on the other side of the field.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Kill, 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 kill. Hurry, hurry.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Bang, bang.
Real.
Bang, bang, bang.
Let's go.
54, right there.
One touch.
They'll run with Dixon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kenneth Dixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The point after is good, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Makes the score Browns 28, Bengals 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They try to set up the bubble screen here. It's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen, because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
On 1st down, Smith. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Let's go. 10 logo.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Five.
He's back to throw. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They go back to the ground now with Smith. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on 1st down, it'll be 2nd and goal. Back to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on fourth and goal. They'll look to throw, and that is incomplete. It was DJ Swearinger right there on the coverage. So certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on fourth.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
The 1-yard line.
Check. 180. It's 59. Mike the 59. Hey. Check 99. Check 99. Hey. Check 24. Check. Run. He's checking. Crash.
And again, it's Chubb. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
I'm coming after you.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
180.
Right there. 56. Check pass.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was Baker Mayfield who led the way. The #1 pick in 2018. He showed why he was so coveted.
And it was interesting because you remember headed into the draft in 2018, the projections on where Baker Mayfield was going to go, it varied. But rarely did anyone suggest he would go #1 overall. And he did. Showed exactly why. It's not just how he plays. It's not just his arm and his vision. It's the leadership. It's the toughness, it's the moxie that he exhibits, and his teammates just feed off of it.
So for Cleveland, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.